Hi, you winners! Welcome to another Winning Wednesday, and it's not just a normal Winning Wednesday. As you guys know from last week, it is also a question and answer for getting 1,000 subs. Got 1,000 subs! Well, now it's over 1,000, but last Wednesday it was not, so that is really freaking exciting. So, yes. I never really started the channel thinking I was gonna ever have 1,000 subs. So this is yay. Well, started the channel not thinking a lot of things. One of which was 1,000 subs. There's chocolate in my teeth. I apologize. But I was eating kisses. Nom kisses. So yeah, I never thought I would have 1,000 subs. I would never have even thought that I'd have played with my role model, technically, on YouTube. Except now you're just John. But Harshly Critical was my role model starting off. So it was kind of like, oh my god. Not only have I have 800 something videos. I upload once a day 2 years later. I have met amazing people like John and Craven, and I've met a few others, like Manly and like Gaming Mediocrity, which, whatever happened to you, dude? And just disappeared. And Zero and Ivysaur and just a lot of people that I didn't know in real life that I knew on YouTube. And if I'm forgetting anyone, I'm so sorry. Psycho, you are another one. So it's just like, yes. These are all people that I wouldn't have met otherwise. That I have to mention Psycho just because we've played games otherwise. Recreatorify, just a bunch of people I met online that I've played games with, that I have personally developed relationships with, friendships with. So, because I know someone's going to be like, are you dating all of them? No. I know I'm in a weird polyamorous relationship, but no. No. TMI for anyone who's now watching and not expecting that, but there you go. But yeah, so sorry if I keep looking to the right because my video's over there now. And I have it like split screen so that way I can read your guys' questions. But, ow. Yes, I just want to say thank you guys so fucking much for 1,000. I'm happy I entertained that many of you. And I know that probably, I mean, I only average about 50 views per video. So, like, about 50 of you watch me consistently. But it's really nice. And then, you know, the first video of a game gets a lot more views, too. Because you're feeling it out if you like it or not. But some of you stick around anyway, even if you don't like the game. And I congratulate you, and I'm super grateful. But I'm super grateful for all of you, because seriously, never would have thought I'd be here. And then, I don't know where it's going to go from here. I mean, in the past week, I've had about 20 subscribers happen, which is, I think, the most I've had in a week ever. And I think it's because when I was so close to 1,000 and then hitting 1,000, I think people just notice your channel the more subs you get, which is totally true. Because people are like, well, clearly a lot of people like them, so we'll see where it goes from here. But I don't know if I ever said my goal for this next year, but let's just go for 5,000. So, or as Craven kind of said, double. I guess double would work. So, if not 5,000, 2,000. But I like going for the halfway point. So, like 500, then 1,000, or 100, 500, 1,000, 5,000. I guess 2,500. Let's go for 2,500. We happen to surpass it, I'll fucking take it. Yeah. But, now that we have all those formalities out of the way, of thanking you guys, and you guys being awesome. And I know a lot of you want to see my tattoo. It looks really gross right now, because it's, what, 5 days later? It looks nasty. Like, it looks like Pikachu's diseased right now, because of all the flaking and scabbing. It's mostly flaking. But it looks really gross, especially after my mom lotioned it just now. So what I'm going to do is show you guys a picture, but if you'd like to look on Twitter, I also have a picture of it up on there, along with Shy Guys, because of course he got one with me while we were out in Detroit, which screw, 1, the streets, 2, the hotel we were in. No offense, hotel, but all of the offense. The Tattoo Expo, I think it was Motor City Tattoo Expo. No fucking employee knew where it was, except for one little nice old lady who should be just congratulated and awarded all of the things because, oh my god. If I remember, I'll tell you guys about Detroit next week, but that is not enough time. Question and answers will happen, I swear, but I know a lot of you wanted to see the tattoo, so I will show you what it looked like the day of, a couple days after. So that is currently on my back. Isn't it so fucking cute? Ah! It's just so cute. It's not exactly what I was expecting, but it's beautiful, and I love what he did. I love him. He's so cute. He's like my dormant little Pikachu, but yeah, he's currently diseased, so he's just gonna wait to be seen. Well, okay. For those who are squeamish and don't want to see a diseased Pikachu, turn away. Those who are oddly fascinated, which I know I would be, because this is 5 days after a large tattoo. So he is currently, you can't really tell because of the camera, but he is really peeled and really gross and splotchy color and shit because it's, some areas are peeled, some aren't. It's a little sketch right now. So next Wednesday it should be a lot better, if not good. But that's why I have all my hair to the side, so that way it's not touching him. I've been really good about, excuse me, not like picking at him when I don't need to. Although in the shower it was like really peely, it was gross. Okay, anyway, it was gross, needless to say. That's what happens during a tattoo healing. If you guys didn't know and want to know. But 7 minutes in, we're finally getting to the questions. This I do expect to take long. I know a lot of you probably are like, oh my god, she won't shut up. Yeah, that'll be me for most of the video. But if I remember, I'll try to timestamp. Should I do people or question? I don't know. We'll find out if I remember to even timestamp these. So, yeah, let's get started. If I butcher your username, I apologize. And I will try to answer where I can. I have read these, but I haven't actually thought in depth about them until now. So this will be spur of the moment answers. Just thought I'd let you know. So imaginary number with the E being a 3. I just trying to be literal about people's usernames, which I recognize most of you, by the way, from times before. 2 questions. First, where do you know John and Craven from? So I know John because he was my mentor, except not because he didn't. I looked up to him with YouTubes. Like the first person other than Tobuscus that I ever watched was him, and he's actually the reason I subscribed, so that way I could start commenting on his videos, because his shit was awesome. And he was actually the first person I ever watched ever do a Let's Play. Ever. So, yeah, that's where I know John from, is just Googling his first video. Not his. The first thing I Googled of him was, I looked just at Amnesia Custom Stories, because River was like, hey, so you know you can watch people play games on YouTube. I'm like, what? What is YouTube? So I looked up just Amnesia Custom Stories, and his A Laugh in the Darkness came up, and I was hooked from then on. And then just the entirety of finals, the 2 weeks before finals and finals week, I did nothing that I should have, and instead watched a shit ton of playthroughs, specifically Amnesia Custom Stories. Then I went to John's other shit. Yeah. So, John's from that. Craven, which by the way is spelled with a K, and it's I-N. I only met through John. So John's like, hey, we're going to be playing Damned if you want to. It's just me, Craven, and I think it was Gaming Mediocrity. So we decided to play Damned and Slendy Tubbies, and that was the first time I ever met Craven. Which is so funny because I remember thinking, like, I tend to accidentally flirt, so I was like, don't flirt with people. It's not cool. And then Craven was kind of a flirt. I was like, I love you, Kat, and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't know how to take this. I hope you're like my friends where we don't mean it in like a romantic way. Later to come to find out he's gay, so never mind. Oops, I outed Craven even though he outs himself all the time. But yeah, no, he's gay, and this makes total sense because Beat and Rob are my best friends and are also, so it's like, I'm surrounded by gay people. Half my exes have turned gay. My family's gay. And I love it. I love my life. So, I know Craven because of John, and ever since I've just been really cool buds with all of them. Recently, we just played Saturday. I didn't record it. It was just me fucking around. But Craven did for their co-op channel, Dangerous to Go Alone. So I will tell you guys about it once it's up. It's not up yet, though. But the second question, my MBTI psychological type. You said that I remind you heavily of an ENFP, which is really fucking funny because I am an ENFP. I'm an ENFP, INFP. If you guys don't know what that is, it is Myers-Briggs. And it's basically, you can take it online. It's not as formal as actually taking the test from like a psychologist and stuff, but you can take it online, find out what you are. It's personality types, and it's just kind of based on how you answer the questions, and they're really weird questions sometimes, and it's like, I would probably do this, I would do this, I'm not sure. But you obviously want to answer more strongly because that's how it is for even like filling out an application for a job. You should fill it out as strongly as you can, unless you really don't know. But it's basically tells you what you're like. I know there's a lot of those out there, but Myers-Briggs is actually a psychologist type thing. Yeah. So my mom made me take it in high school, and I was an ENFP, and my mom's an ENFP, and my dad is an ISTJ, which is the complete opposite. So basically that means me and my mom are we're outgoing or extroverted. The E is extroverted, N is intuitive, F is feeling, and P is I don't remember the last letters. Sorry. So that's how we are. We feel. We have emotions. We're extroverted. I'm on the line of ENFP and INFP now, so I'm like half introverted, half outroverted now. Extroverted, whatever. And I say I'm on the line because I have taken it online and I have taken it via paper during a fun thing I did in college. And both are like, you are literally split down the middle. Cool. And then ISTJ, I don't remember what J and P's are, but I is introverted, T is thinking, so you're more about thoughts than intuition, and versus feeling, thinking versus thinking, feeling versus thinking. I don't know what I just said, but ISTJ, the S is sensing versus intuitive. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what all of them mean in sense of that, like all combined. I don't know all of the Myers-Briggs things, but I know that's what I am. So good on you for guessing that, and that's kind of creeping me out that someone can pick out my Myers-Briggs based on my videos. So anyway, enough ranting on that. Same person, by the way. It's just different comment. Why do I put an octopus into every thumbnail? Squid. It's a squid. The only reason I say that is because they have 2 extra limbs than an octopus does. They have the 2 long tentacles, but they're called arms, and then the little teeny tentacles, which are actually called tentacles, and they have 8 of those. So they have technically 10. And they're, they've got the little fins and stuff, whereas octopi don't. I have a squid because I had a hat, which is actually over there, and white, green eyes, the little things. I had seen that hat and was like, not that color, but that the person squid on head. And I was like, that is fucking adorable. I need that in my life. And I don't even care about squids. I hate seafood. I've never really cared about sea life. And I never really cared about water Pokemon. Like, I never was one for the sea. And then I saw those, and I'm like, I want one. And for custom, I think it was $35. So I'm like, and my favorite colors at the time were yellow, white, and green. Hence the yellow hat and then the white squid. I just thought that combination of colors looked really good. So I had him. Well, I did draw a comic, little comics, of I call it my pyramid head, baby pyramid head. I've been drawing him since high school, late middle school. It's just pyramid head, but chibi-ified, but also a baby, so he's wearing a diaper instead of his, like, apron, and I love my baby pyramid head. But, so I made a baby Slendy as well, and again, I think that I started this in early college, and I've been drawing baby pyramid head that long, but the comics I started early college, which was with Slenderman and my squid. So they each represented personalities. So Shy Guy was more like pyramid head, and River's more like baby Slendy Man, and I'm the squid. But I had drawn this squid, but I didn't feel as connected to it because I didn't create that squid. I didn't. That's from Six Flags. They have a bunch of hats, which, by the way, you can't see, but I also have the stuffed animal of the same squid from Six Flags and two other hats, one of which is out. That's also from Six Flags. So I'm really good at winning games, and my parents know what I like. Is pretty much how that went down. Needless to say, I was like, I'm not as connected to that. I didn't create it. So I decided to go for this guy for the thumbnails, because I'm like, I need to do thumbnails, but I don't want my face on them. Not really into that. No. Harshly critical, kind of. I follow his same thought process on it, that it's just kind of spamming someone's face and facial expressions. It works, which is probably what frustrates me more, but I don't want to give in to that. Plus, I'm not in it about my face. I mean, yes, I have my face for reactions because I watch people because of their reactions, verbally and visually. Visually is sometimes more entertaining, but obviously for like cutscenes and stuff, I'm like, you're just watching the cutscene and you're not really able to interact with your face. So that's why I take my face out for cutscenes. Needless to say, that's why I don't put my face on the thumbnails, because I don't want to advertise my face. Yes, I have reactions and stuff, but I know people are going for the game, and then they want to see the reaction, because if they don't like the game, they're not going to watch the reaction. So the game means the most. On top of that, I like the idea of a mascot, of an icon that represents me. Cry kind of has one with his little sup buddy, sup guy, and I always represent it as Cry now, especially when I watch freaking Big Hero 6. I'm like, I call it Cry, even though it's Big Bayman? Oh my god. I think. I could be totally wrong. I just watched it for the first time a couple days ago. I haven't seen it before then. So, yeah. I like the idea of a mascot. An icon for me. So, I decided to go with this little guy. And I started liking squids more and more. And then now I just like all sea life. Like cuttlefish, octopus, even like I have my hermit crabs. I have my fish. Like, college kind of just brought out the sea life in me, which is really weird, because, like, I don't care to go in the sea. But I like looking at it. Like, going in it, I'm just like, it's like a lake. It's like, it's just a beach. And then, like, snorkeling and stuff kind of creeps me out. Like, I don't like not being able to breathe without an apparatus. That freaks me out. So, yeah. Squid is my favorite animal, other than cats, obviously. But cats are like my spirit animal. A cat is what I am and what I connect with. Squids are like my spirit animal. There we go. Even though technically it's a Black Panther, but Squids are my other half as well. So that is the story behind it. Jesus, that took too long. This is going to be long. So I don't remember how long the other ones were. So next person. KatFTWynn, 13. Will you play Mass Effect 4 when it comes out? I'm not sure because it's not related to Shepard. It kind of diverts from there. I heard there was going to be cameos, maybe, of some of the characters, but it's not related to what you have done as Shepard. For big reasons that I will not say, but it's not related to Shepard. So it's like, I haven't even played 3 yet, though I know a lot about 3. But I do plan on playing 3, for anyone wondering. I just have to buy it from EA, because Steam doesn't have 3, thanks to EA. So I have to buy it from that, and kind of get out what I want to until I'm like, oh, I need to play a not horror game. Mass Effect 3, come here. But 4 is kind of, not sure. Favorite game of all time? Majora's Mask from Legend of Zelda. All the way. All day, every day. Yep. People would be surprised I don't say Pokemon because of Pikachu. And I like Pokemon, but I never played the games. I was the anime cartoon child. So, finally, if you had to choose between John or Craven as a favorite YouTuber, who would it be? See, no, I can't. I know you're saying to choose, but I legitimately can't because I enjoy them for different reasons. And I enjoy John. I mean, I've been there since the beginning. I've seen him grow as a YouTuber. Not just in numbers, but the way he does stuff is totally different than he used to. He was way more of a pussy when I started watching him. And now he's like kind of stone cold, but it makes it that much sweeter when he's scared. Like, it just does. But he plays point and click stuff I would never do. And yes, I like half pay attention when he's playing them, but I still enjoy his commentary and how into it he gets, because most people wouldn't. But when it comes to Craven, I love that he reacts to scary things and is a pussy like me, because I am one. So I enjoy that he reacts how I would, and then like, the fuck you after you're scared type thing. I just really enjoy that he does that as well. I love his hat. And then also, like, for someone who only started the past year, not even, I think Craven hasn't even been around for a year. I'm not sure, or exactly a year. But I know he did not start his current channel until the summer, because he's been around before his current channel. Which I think I had some links to his old channel, because that's when I started Let's Playing with him, was with his old channel. But yeah, he's grown even to another channel, and he has a lot of followers still. And I know the reason me and him kind of have a lot, like, other than the fact the people from his old channel followed him over to his new channel, I know me and him have gotten a good handful of people from John, too. So, from joining forces with him. That's what I'm going to call it. And then I like Craven's reactions because he's very similar to me. Whereas John is more critical. Craven's the other side of it of just, I mean, we're commentators, but we say what's off the top of our heads, and he happens to say a lot of things I would. So it's kind of, yeah, it's tied. I wouldn't, like, as YouTubers, I'm not saying, like, as people or friends. Because, I mean, I hang out with Craven more than I do John. But John's busy, and I know they're, like, besties. And I tend to always flock to the gay ones. Whereas, yeah, John, I'm sure, mostly flocks towards the men. Hence manly. Stuff like that. But, yeah, no, I don't enjoy watching one more over than the other. I watch actually each and every one of both of their videos. So, There you go. I felt that needed to be very thoroughly explained. But next one. Rudy Estrada. So, first question. What is your DeviantArt username? And then they said their own. But mine is KatFTWynn. It used to be KatFTWynn47, which is actually, if you type in youtube.com/user/KatFTWynn47, that's my YouTube URL, which sucks because, of course, YouTube doesn't let you change it. But, yeah, that used to be my DeviantArt name. Now it's just KatFTWynn. So KatWynn. If you want to check out my art, go for it. I don't update or draw as much as I fucking should. But I'm going to change that now, recently. So, if you want to go check it out, my portfolio is there. My gallery, I guess, is more. So, second question. Will you grow your hair back or keep it as whatever style that is? I will probably keep it for a long time because to grow it out will be very awkward, and I'll probably have to cut my hair very, very short, which I'm okay with. But right now, I'm really enjoying half and half. As someone said, Recreator Fi said that I'm very lounge singery with my hair, so I'll take it for now. I like it, and I think that it helps me stand out because I think I've said before why I got it was because I felt very girl next door, not really noticed, and not in the sense of I need attention, but just like I didn't feel like my outward appearance showed what I feel like on the inside. And my hair, this is like the most perfect I've felt my hair being ever. So, and then like my tattoos are kind of the same thing. My piercings are the same thing. I want to present how I feel on the inside, on the outside. No, that doesn't mean badass and stuff. That just means I want to show that I am creative, that my personality is just bubbly and unique. And I want to be unique in response to my personality. Because yes, my personality can just come out and do it. But I love showing it visually too. I'm a very visual person. My dad's always been like, why don't you just let your personality do the talking? Because I'm an artist. We want to show, not tell. I mean, yes, I like telling, I like communicating, I like talking, clearly. But I like to visually show who I am. And this is who I am. And it's progressively going because I'm obviously going to get more tattoos. I'm probably going to change my hair more and more as I grow older. It's not going to stay like this till I'm, past a mother, I don't think. I don't know. We'll see. But, just right now, this is who I am. And it will stay that way for a while, I think, with the hair. I don't know about tattoos. I'm definitely getting more tattoos, specifically in 2 months. But have you ever considered starting a graphic novel? If so, what archetype style would you follow? Now, I almost created a graphic novel with Shy Guy, and the Kickstarter did not go through. And I'm kind of grateful it didn't, only because I felt a lot of pressure to do it, and I didn't know where to start. And I mean, I was really excited and, oh, fuck yeah, it would have been really nice to do that for a year. Maybe it would have gone through. Maybe I would have been able to push myself and say I'm a Shy Guy, and we would have had the time to be able to focus on it. And I actually wouldn't have the job I have now if I had done that. And I'd be currently working on it. The idea of it is amazing. The fact I've never done a graphic novel before kind of intimidates me from starting one with people's expectation of I'm going to get something other than just the comic. That kind of gave me anxiety, or also the pressure of I'm getting paid to do this. Not getting paid because I did it. So it was just a lot of just expectations on me that I would. Yeah. So if I were to do one again, I have considered doing another one, but doing what I want to do. Now, the problem with the one we did for the Kickstarter, we're into steampunk and stuff, though that's not what I usually draw, ever. I'm more of a fantasy type person, but fantasy in a normal sense. Like, I like normal life, but with touches of fantasy. And that was just a whole other world that I've never tried to create before, and I felt like just jump-starting into a graphic novel with that kind of style would not have probably turned out good. On top of that, we had a storyline, but it still needed some hammering out of details, which we were going to do for the month or two after the Kickstarter. That was what some of the money was going to, was the planning. So maybe it would have been more thought through, because we had like the ending and the beginning, but all the middle stuff was really murky. Yeah. So needless to say, if I were to do it again, I would probably do something called Elemental Problems, which if you go to my DeviantArt, you'll see a little folder of it. I haven't drawn them in a long time, which actually that's what I'm starting to do, is draw more, and they're kind of my guinea pigs for people right now. And I've always had something in mind for them. I just haven't really had a plot. I know who they are as people, as original characters. So if I were to make a comic, though, I would need to come up with a plot. But I have them to a T, and their world is our world, so it's easy to kind of go around. So there you go. Would there be a list that you would combine viewers' choice with your choice of games as a post for all to vote as the next game for you to play? So basically, if I were to take your guys' games that you want me to play and my choice of games, and you guys vote on all of those. I've done that a few times, more in the way past, especially when I was indecisive. Right now, it's more just what's available to me. If I were to have more available to me, then I would give you guys a vote. But I currently only have a select few. So I'm playing either that or what's coming out quickly. So Life is Strange came out. I'm like, done. Because it's quick, easy, I can do it. And it's something I really wanted to play, so there's that. So, I mean, I'm sure in the future as I get more people and maybe things thrown at me or more money, if the Patreon, I decide to do that, get money to get more games, I can then have you guys vote and I can buy that game, like one I'm interested in. We'll see. But I mean, I have voted. I automatically, once I can figure out, want to do Haunting Ground. That's a thing. I'm just doing it. But until that happens, yeah, I need to figure out how to fix my audio issues with delayed issues with capture card. If you guys don't know, but yeah. It doesn't show so much with things like Majora's Mask and stuff, but with a scary game where you need the audio to be on time, like Fatal Frame got awkward sometimes because I just didn't know a ghost was there. But anyway, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck chuck wood? Many. You have mentioned in the past that you have never drank alcohol. Hypothetically, you have tried and like alcohol. How would you think alcohol having an impact on your life and life choices, if any, could have been different compared to how your life is now? It's not that I've never had alcohol, it's that I don't have much of it. In the beginning, when I turned 21, I didn't have alcohol for 6 months. And even before that, I had sipped something when I was 13. My mom's like, if you want to taste alcohol, let me know, but do it in the safety of her home and I'll give you some. Of course, she gives me rubbing alcohol. Not rubbing alcohol, I lied. Tasted it. It smelled like rubbing alcohol. It was just straight up cooking vodka. Because she didn't want me to like it, which is fine. I'm grateful for it now. But then I was like, what the fuck is this? So I never wanted it. 3 years later, when I was 16, I was at my friend's house. And then my mom laughed maniacally. Except not really. I was at my friend's house and she was having a martini, I think. And I was like, well, that looks fruity and sweet, and it felt cold. It does not go down cold, and I did not like that. It was very burny, and I just had a sip, so that also stirred me away. So I, again, never had alcohol until 6 months after I turned 21, and I think my first thing was, like, wine, maybe. But either way, I don't drink much now. I drink wine every once in a while. Like, I had wine last night, whatever my mom threw at me. And I have usually B&Js, which are like wine coolers. I like wine coolers a lot. Mike's Hards. I like the girly drinks. I do like Chambord, Cointreau, if that's what it's pronounced. It's an orange liqueur. I like the sweet shit. I can't do it if it tastes like alcohol. If I can taste the alcohol, nope, I'm out. Except for mead. as like the exception, and I only have that at Ren Fair. But yeah, I can't, just not into it. And I've never, ever gotten drunk. Not interested. Nope. I don't mind if other people do. Like, my friends get drunk all the time. Well, not all the time. Not anymore, actually. Not that much. Now that we've turned, like, 24 and 25, it's kind of like, eh. But, yeah, I'm just not interested in losing control. It freaks me out. I'm a control freak. I'm not going to let it happen. But on top of that, I have only felt anything from alcohol other than sleepiness, which is just from 4% thing. Like, I've only felt something on accident, and it was at Ren Fair because I downed mead, like water, because I hadn't had water in a long time, and we hadn't had food in hours. So I was like, my eyes are delayed. I'm going to sit down now. So I sat down and ate a gigantic cone of ice cream with Shy Guy because he also was like feeling the same. And then after a half hour, we were good. We didn't like the feeling. I don't like it at all. So it freaks me out to not have balance, for my eyes to not move when I need them to. I rely on my body for a reason, to live. I don't need it impaired. So that's just me personally. Other people, like, it can be really funny, or I don't mind helping them and stuff. But me personally, it freaks me out. Anyway, hypothetically, if I did drink alcohol, honestly, I don't know where I'd be. I feel like it wouldn't be that much different, but I feel like I would have relied on alcohol a lot more than I do, because my whole family is, other than my parents, they are alcoholics or have been at some point in their life. So I like to try and stay away from alcohol, but I feel like I could have easily have been one. I've had addictive tendencies in the past. I think I could have become an alcoholic. At this age, it wouldn't have been that noticeable, but I feel like I would have, if I wasn't so much a control freak, I would have relied on alcohol to help me through a lot of situations, and that's not a healthy way to do it. The best way is to go through it, and I mean, I'm not judging you if you do it, but for me, the best way is to be sober and to think about it and feel. I need to feel to get through something. I don't like forgetting or numbing. Not anymore, at least. So, yeah. If the sky's the limit, then what does that make the oceans? The depth. Next person. Poe_SE1. Congrats. Thank you. Merlin trolling me? Yes. Question. What is your favorite game you have played on the channel? If you don't include my favorite game of all time, Majora's Mask, I mean, I wouldn't say it's my favorite playthrough. So, if I'm to say favorite game / playthrough, I think To the Moon is probably high up there. And I received. Analyzing. My phone's not on silent. I did not realize. Anyway, so I would say To the Moon was definitely one of my favorite games I played on the channel. And I really look forward to the sequel. And I know a lot of you are from To the Moon too. So, yeah. And then if watch Netflix exclusive shows, what is your favorite? I don't think I watch Netflix exclusive shows. I don't think I have. I don't really watch Netflix for its shows that much anymore. I watch like all of Supernatural in like a month. I don't know, but in a long time I haven't, so I'm sorry. Next person. Aoi? I can't pronounce it. Rye. So AOIREI. Congrats. Thank you again. I know you have done stream events with Harshly Critical and Craven, but have you considered hosting one yourself and playing / chatting with your subscribers? I don't know how streaming works, or I'd do it. It seems complicated. I mean, I guess I could ask John or Craven. John doesn't do them. Craven's the one that usually hosts them, and I jump in, I play some Gary's mod or whatever I can play that's multiplayer, and then I let them continue. because usually they pick the day and it's always a Saturday, which works fine now, but at the time I always had work because I worked at a retail store. Whereas now I have Saturdays off, or I should usually. So yeah, I have thought about it, but I don't know how to do. And I am already got a lot on my plate, so if I were to do it, I would need to stabilize and know my routine. Because right now, this is the first week I've officially been full-time at my new job, so yeah. But I would really like to chat with you guys while I play a game. So there's that. 2, if money were no object and you could try living anywhere in the world, including where you currently are, where and why? Try living as in temporarily, because I do like where I live in the sense that all of my family and friends are here. But if it were to be just to experience it, Canada and England are like my go-to places. And I know that's weird, and I would love to visit other places, but to live, I would totally do England and Canada. Yeah. Out of safety, health insurance, the whole, they truly, in comparison to America, take care of their citizens. So I'll take it. 3, what future, quote unquote, or parentheses, unreleased games are you looking forward to playing? Unreleased games? I don't normally keep up with that shit too much. So, I don't think there's, I mean, the rest of Life is Strange. I'm really curious as to how that goes. Pretty much the thing I'm looking forward to most that I know exists right now is the sequel to the Moon. I'm like dying to play it. I need it in my life. Finding Paradise. I need it. But yes. Okay. Next person. Robin Blay. Question is, will you return to Minecraft to tame a cat and explore the underground caves more? Here and there. I was doing it mostly because at first I was doing it kind of as a playthrough, and then I was like, mainstream Mondays. And now I've kind of not done mainstream Mondays anymore because of time and how much I can do in a week. But yeah, pretty much I like Minecraft, and I don't play it that often. If I had more time or have more time or the Patreon goes well, I was kind of thinking of adding back in another video of the week. Although I was thinking more of a different theme, but we'll see. I don't know. But I gotta think it through more. But Minecraft is something I enjoy, and I'll probably play it here and there if I'm like, oh shit, I need a video. Let's play some Minecraft real quick. So, yeah. Next person. XYZ99ism. Question is, what is your favorite horror game that you have ever played? Not necessarily recorded, and why? Shit. 2 of them. 3 of them. Because I can't choose between these 3. Silent Hill 2 is amazing. It doesn't look amazing. It's amazing. It's just, it was one of the first to really get, not the first at all by any means, but it was really well regarded. It was done well. It scared the shit out of me and my friends, specifically me and Alicia Storm, which, by the way, all 3 games I'm about to reveal, I played with Alicia Storm first. So, because me and her were obsessed with horror games, we Googled them and tried to get as many as we could, hence why we have Rule of Rose and Haunting Ground, because we Googled it and was like, oh, let's get those for like $20. And now one of them's like 100 more bucks, and the other one's like goes for 60 used. It's like, Jesus. But yeah, so Haunting Ground is the second, because it's just, I love the way they do stuff. I love that you have a German Shepherd companion. Huey is fucking adorable. And I like the enemies, that you find out so much in depth behind their characters, kind of. But you don't even do it through reading. You do it just from observing in some scenes. But I like the idea of running and hiding as much as it's terrifying. And sometimes it can get frustrating, like at the end when you can't do shit because they're around. But it was one of the most unique games me and Alicia Storm had played. And then the third one, which, by the way, Silent Hill 2 is also really good for its psychological issues. Shit. And its plot twist. That plot twist, though. Whereas the next two don't have plot twists. They are what they are. Haunting Ground was the other one. And then Fatal Frame 2. Fatal Frame 1 got stupid hard towards the end. And they don't have difficulty settings. And then Fatal Frame 3 was okay. I liked that you had like a break in between the terror until it stopped being a break. But 2 really was my favorite because it actually scared the shit out of me in the sense of I had a character to be afraid of. Specifically Sai. So if you guys haven't seen the playthrough, you should. It's terrifying, and apparently it's Craven's favorite playthrough he's seen me do, although I'm pretty sure he hasn't watched too many of my playthroughs anyway. But he loved it. But yeah, that game scares the crap out of me, and I really like that it's different in the sense of taking a picture. You feel so helpless about it, but you're still fighting. It's a cool way to do it. Whereas Silent Hill 2 is all fighting, and then Haunting Ground is literally hiding. So all of these are different ways to go about horror, and I really enjoyed them. But anyway, yes. I have 40. Jesus. Okay, so Tree Labs. Do you have any games you wanted to play for this channel but never got done, and why? Haunting Ground. All the way. Haunting Ground is the one I want to play so bad. I do have Fatal Frame 3 as well, but Haunting Ground is just the one I need in my life to play again. As much as I hate playing it because it terrifies me, I just really want to play that for you guys because the story is so weird. And I want you to experience what I've experienced with it. But I cannot because of sound delay. And in any other game, that's not too much of an issue, except for, horror games, you kind of need the sound. You really need the sound for Haunting Ground because that's what alerts you to the enemies coming. Because literally, I'm just going to be walking around and you guys are going to, because it's on time for you guys, but for me hearing it, my reaction is literally 6 seconds delayed. And when I say 6, I mean 1, 2, 3, 4. It's painful. It is absolutely painful to hear such a delay. So not only is it hard for me to stop talking unless I visually see a cutscene happening, so I don't know when to stop talking, so I'm not talking over the character, but freaking I need to hear the enemies coming, because I'll literally be walking around talking, all of a sudden they're there, but you guys heard it for the last 6 seconds, so you're like, shit, she doesn't know! So as much as that sounds entertaining, it's not entertaining for me, who will have a hard time progressing because I keep not hearing the enemy and keep not being able to hide in time. So that is why I haven't done it yet. Recreate or Defy? I'm looking at you because of your questions. We already talked about his questions, but okay. Some questions that must be answered seriously required. First question, why? Why? That's why. Second question, if you were to ride a unicorn into peace, as battles are so passé, what would you name your tiny court jester? Chucky comes to mind. Next question. I have lost my train of thought. Have you seen it? Probably Up in Space. Let's go with that. I thought of like 5 different spots before I thought of that. Will you create a new musical revolution? Probably not. That's not a question, so I'm going to skip it. Your last winning Wednesday. How did you choose your hairstyle? What? Okay. Were you happy with said choice? Yes. We already talked about my hair earlier in this section. Or will you ever defeat the leprechauns who have invaded your shire? Sadly, no. Why? I have no idea what I'm answering. Oh, why are you so mean to those little Irish guys? I would never be mean. I see cat hair falling. And can I have a cookie? No. Yes. So, and then next question. Throughout your time, by Nick Zodiacs. Zotixx. Z-O-T-I-X-X. Throughout your time on YouTube, has anyone ever bashed you and your channel because your vids don't get a lot of views compared to other players? Actually, surprisingly, no. I have been bashed once or twice from being a girl. Once or twice from being like PewDiePie because of my montage, because I did subtitles and I won't deny that I got the idea of the breaks in the clips from him, but which I'm like, I just didn't know any other way of making it blend together well, which now I'm like, fuck it, just put clips together. So, but yeah, I've been bashed for that stuff. Never for low views. The only thing is people have actually told me I deserve more views a lot of the time. And not to like stroke my ego, but that's probably what I get the most comments about views is literally they're surprised I have little views, which is nice. I'll take it. And yeah, and I know you're not bashing my channel. You've been around for forever. So, next person, Nico Sturgo. Sturgo? Yes. Question. Have you decided how you decided to start doing YouTube? This is a long-winded one. I'm going to try and sum it up as fast as I can because I have answered it in a previous question and answer. Pretty much I did it because I had a lot of time on my hands in college, and two reasons. I had a hard time being alone, to the point where like I actually talked to a counselor about it because I didn't know what to do if plans changed. So River would be like, oh, my friends invited me to go do magic, and I would freak out. Unreasonably freak out. Because like I was planning on us hanging out. And the fact that the plans changed and resulted in me being alone freaked me out because I didn't know what to do with myself. Anxiety issues. So this was a good way to put my energy into something when I'm alone. I just think, oh, I can record that. So that helped with that. And then I also was having a hard time with myself in the sense I didn't know who I was. I thought I was blending in too much, didn't really have a strong personality. I didn't really feel like I was who I was supposed to be, if that makes sense. It was just a weird feeling of who am I? Because I just felt like a mesh of what was around me. Like when I was with my friends here, because I was at my college for so long, when I came back here, they were all just bonded together that I was just kind of sitting there. I was like, I don't really know what to say, and you guys are making references to things I don't understand, which I know we do now to people that just enter our group, and I feel like I try to talk to people and involve them. But yeah, like I just felt really like I don't know who I am. And so I was kind of looking to the channel to kind of discover who I am because I get to see what I do. I get to see my reactions, what I say a lot. I sometimes say the same word repeatedly, and then I'll find out. Or, apparently I'm hilarious to some people, and I never, ever, ever thought of myself as funny in my life, ever. And I'm not joking. I have never thought of myself as funny. So that just blew my mind. Like, I've never been funny friend, which I still wouldn't be considered that even if I am funny, just because I have a lot of facets to my personality, which I've realized because of the channel. The channel helped me realize a lot about myself, and then I got to see certain mannerisms. It's like, oh my god, I don't do everything like my friends. I have my own face that they don't have. I have my own expressions that they don't have. And yes, sometimes they interweave where we'll both like drop our mouths the same way and stuff. But I'm me now. It's a weird feeling, but that's what YouTube helped me do. So, reason for the octopus, squid, we talked about earlier with the thumbnail. Yes. Excuse me. Besides the two cuties and the fishies, do you have any other pets? And I'm assuming by two cuties you meant Merlin and Baron, who were in the room at that time. Merlin was up in my face, and both cats, and Baron's my baby. We have 3 other cats. The other 3 are girls, whereas those were the 2 boys. Thomas is evil. It's a gray cat. Merlin's a normal tabby and Baron's an orange tabby. And then the 2 other girls are Milan and Ireland. Ireland, they're both calicos, but one's a tortoiseshell, the other one's typical calico. So Thomas is the oldest with grayness. She's at 7. So yeah, and then they all trickle down from there. And I have 2 hermit crabs. Oh, and we have a bearded dragon. That is my stepmom's. Sunny. He's adorable. And then my hermit crabs are named Dwebble and Slowbro. So, appropriate names, I think. But yes. And then, is there any other questions? That's it. Support. Yes. And then, oh my god, I'm almost done with questions. Someone just said congrats. And then the critical squid. This is appropriate. And their pictures of Pyramid Head, and this makes me happy. But anyway, because I think this is the first time you've ever commented on a video of mine. 2 questions. What are your 5 favorite games you've played? Majora's Mask, Portal, Silent Hill 2, although I've never played it. I kind of played it. 5. Shit. This is subject to change. This is just off the top of my head. Those are for sure solid, but the next 2 will be just what I can remember, basically. I really... Fuck it. I really like Mirror's Edge. And... like, a lot. And... Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I fucking love that game. I love taking care of chaps. Okay. Second question. And last question. What do you think has most improved about your channel over time? I think the quality. And, I mean, I wouldn't say actually improved. So, improved quality. What I was originally thinking was kind of like my subscriber base. And I'm like, no, because you guys haven't really improved. You guys have just been subscribers I'm proud of. Like what you say, how you interact with me, the fact that you guys watch it and think about it and stuff, like, it really makes me happy. You're not just like... You're not what I see a lot of people do in other really, really popular people's videos. It's just swarmed with miscellaneous shit. And a lot of you actually, like, either thank me, which is really sweet, or you have, like, paragraphs of things to say. Or, you know, one of you is fucking writing stories of the guy who created the mansion in Resident Evil, Spencer. Someone's writing, if you guys haven't seen them, you should really go read that. But they're writing what they think Spencer was thinking when making the mansion. And it's pretty well written. It's been tickling my fancy, needless to say. But, yes, I really love your guys' interactions with me. So, but for improvement, quality. I have a better microphone now. Camera is the same camera I've been using since the very beginning, but recording software is figuring out more, timing, volume control, transitions, because I think in the beginning I wasn't cutting my face out for cutscenes, but now I am. It's just kind of like a give and take. I've been learning a lot, and I think that the improvement with me is... I don't know, I feel like just me growing as a person. It's not so much improvement. I haven't really gotten better at anything with actually being a Let's Player that I can think of. I feel like I've just kind of been me this entire time, and I've just kept going with that. I haven't tried to outsource, other than with John and Craven and some other Let's Players, but, like, I don't specifically go out and talk to people anymore. Like, I did that once with John, and that's it. Like, I don't annoy people. I don't comment on everything and be like, hey, you should check out my channel and stuff. Like, I did that the first month, and then I just never did it again, because there's no need. And if you guys are going to watch me, you're going to watch me. So if you want to share me to your friends who you think will watch me, you will. So I'm not really worried about being the biggest up there. Just I'd rather keep improving and growing and being me. So that was a cool note to end it on. But there you go. There's 1,000 subscribers. We are almost at an hour. But thank you guys for sticking with me for so long and being there for me and just heartfelt shit. Just really, it means a lot, guys. So thank you so much. I'm working on the glitch montage, I swear. I have actually touched it now. Just taking a lot of time. But yeah, you guys have been really fucking amazing. So thank you for your questions. And if you guys have questions and you're like, oh shit, I missed it, you can comment here, just ask a question and I'll answer it by typing. But yeah, and hopefully next week you guys will see my tattoo not gross. So, other than that, my computer is freaking out. It doesn't know how with the tiny screen, it doesn't know how to handle the numbers on top of it. So it's playing the second part of the seconds over the one of the hour. That's interesting. But anyway, I hope you guys are winning at life, and I will see you in the next Winning Wednesday, question and answer, playthrough, or whatever it is you guys watch next from me. So, I hope you guys are winning at life, and I'll see you then. Bye, winners.